Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Have you subscribed? Yes, you. Have you subscribed? You. Yeah. Before you go, click. It's free. Click. Just that's it. Have you subscribed? You are laughing. Have you subscribed? Have you subscribed? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, madam. Thank you so much. I can see you. I can see you. We have to get to 100,000 subscribers. By the end of the year, how are we going to do that if you don't subscribe? Yes, you. Yes, you're about to click off. Why? Have you subscribed? It's free. If you don't, ask your son. Ask your daughter. How to? Just one click. Thank you. Thank you. I see you. Aha. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Have you subscribed? Yes, you. Have you subscribed? You. Yeah. Before you go, click. It's free. Click. Just that's it. Have you subscribed? You are laughing. Have you subscribed? Have you subscribed? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, madam. Thank you so much. I can see you. I can see you. We have to get to 100,000 subscribers. By the end of the year, how are we going to do that if you don't subscribe? Yes, you. Yes, you're about to click off. Why? Have you subscribed? It's free. If you don't, ask your son. Ask your daughter. How to? Just one click. Thank you. Thank you. I see you. Aha. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow.
Bon, parfait, le contrôle de Zaïdou Santi, Moses Simon, le Nantais qui gagne ce duel. Simon, l'appel d'Osimhen, c'est en retrait pour Lookman. Ademola Lookman qui marque son 3e but dans cette CAN. Ademola Lookman, le pendant d'Osimhen, celui qui frappe, la fausse piste d'Osimhen, la punition de Lookman et 1-0 pour le Nigeria. Bon, parfait, le contrôle de Zaïdou Santi, Moses Simon, le Nantais qui gagne ce duel. Simon, l'appel d'Osimhen, c'est en retrait pour Lookman. Ademola Lookman qui marque son 3e but dans cette CAN. Ademola Lookman, le pendant d'Osimhen, celui qui frappe, la fausse piste d'Osimhen, la punition de Lookman et 1-0 pour le Nigeria. Bon, parfait, le contrôle de Zaïdou Santi, Moses Simon, le Nantais qui gagne ce duel. Simon, l'appel d'Osimhen, c'est en retrait pour Lookman. Ademola Lookman qui marque son 3e but dans cette CAN. Ademola Lookman, le pendant d'Osimhen, celui qui frappe, la fausse piste d'Osimhen, la punition de Lookman et 1-0 pour le Nigeria. Bon, parfait, le contrôle de Zaïdou Santi, Moses Simon, le Nantais qui gagne ce duel. Simon, l'appel d'Osimhen, c'est en retrait pour Lookman. Ademola Lookman qui marque son 3e but dans cette CAN. Ademola Lookman, le pendant d'Osimhen, celui qui frappe, la fausse piste d'Osimhen, la punition de Lookman et 1-0 pour le Nigeria. Bon, parfait, le contrôle de Zaïdou Santi, Moses Simon, le Nantais qui gagne ce duel. Simon, l'appel d'Osimhen, c'est en retrait pour Lookman.
Yo, morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your geographical location. I am your host, aka Electricity Oyinkro. Tomorrow is the first semi-final game that will be played between Nigeria and South Africa. Now we're just here to have from the description, if you are read the description, parte before parte conversation before the match to just get a feel of things and encourage one another. As we all know very well that football is one thing that unites us. Strangely, in it we forget our tribe, we forget our religion, we forget our problems. We hug each other. We don't consider anything that actually is used to divide us. And this is the first broadcast for today, and we're gonna see. I mean, just here to have a little bit of chat and fun outside politics, and because following the game between Nigeria and Cameroon, I told a few people that I mean, in a very long time, I felt Nigeria again. Because of the way the boys played with dedication, with respect, respecting the opponent, respecting the officials, and respecting one another. And even the Angola match against Angola, I mean, the Senate president and even Peter Obi that criticizes the opposition party leader, they all were there to watch the ball. So that is one thing we are looking for, hoping that we can either extract or transfer into our political arena. But this is not politics. But we that one thing that unite us during politics. Hopefully, we will be able to discover it. I want to thank those who have joined in the comment section. Oriyomi Abdul, thanks for joining. Good afternoon from where I am. I guess you say you're in EAE. Good evening. And I hope you are looking forward towards tomorrow game. What will be your prediction? I mean, surprisingly, even preachers in Africa are also giving predictions on that. We don't know whether it's for the bookies, whether they are making people to bet or not. We don't know. But everybody seems to be enjoying this African Cup of Nations. Good afternoon to you, Comfort Babel. How are you? Hope you are doing well. Boris Akemene, what time will the match go on? I think the match is starting at 6 o'clock Nigerian time. I believe so, either 5 or 6 o'clock. I will confirm that again, and I will let you know about that. Good afternoon, Abdul from Comfort. Firewall, we should win tomorrow if referees play fair. We are not unlucky by missing too many goal scoring opportunities. Well, so far so good. We must give the referees credit because, like someone said, that this African Cup of Nations, it's different. There's the stand, even the VAR also has helped a lot to make the game also interesting as well too. So I believe all will go well. We must commend them, let's be honest, because if you have actually watched the match, particularly the one that was Nigeria against Cameroon, honestly speaking, you must give the officials credit. I mean, everybody did well. We behaved well. Even Cameroon, everyone behaved well. The prediction is coming in now from Oriyomi Abdul, Nigeria 2 and South Africa 0. If you read the description on the description section there, I did highlight the comment a friend of mine made thanking Nigerian men. If not for Nigerian men, the South African women in diaspora will probably not find a man. I don't know if they find that one challenging or, but it's first as what is your prediction? I often don't make prediction. You know what football is like. Making prediction is one of the most dangerous thing in football. I don't make prediction, but if I go by what the two games I've seen, Nigeria versus Cameroon, in particular, Nigeria versus Angola. Honestly speaking, if the boys maintain the same approach and play the same football, I believe we're going to win. We're going for the win. That is what that unite us. That's what we are looking for. It brought it brought this relief from the troubles that we've been facing for the past few months in Nigeria. So good morning from New Jersey. Good morning, Obigwe. I want your prediction, please. I want also histories as to between us and South Africa. And this is the first broadcast of today. Comfort Babel Abdul is saying hi to you as well too. Who is this? Match is 6 p.m. Thank you, Efos Isaac. 6 p.m. Nigerian time. So that will be 12 noon New York time, 5 p.m. UK highlight time for those who knows all the time around the world. That is the one I know. Yes, those officials tried so far to be good. That's why I say we must give credit to whom credit is. I've watched a lot of African Cup of Nations, but this is different. Even the goal, or seemingly goal that was disqualified due to the VAR, this offside. We didn't complain more because that's technology. That's another good part of technology that they introduced. Initially, a lot of people kicked against it. It's going to make the game boring. No, it has not. It also helped to see where players pretend or make foul that is not actually foul. So that is, it brought transparency into the game, which is good. We can't dismiss that. So Comfort Babel is saying 3-1 to Nigeria. Wow. We've not seen any of our South African brothers or sisters. I hope they will join us later on to spice up things. We can't leave this discussion for Nigerians. So even our Ghanaian brothers also, they were not happy that they're out of the tournament, but according to Nigeria, this life no balance. It's a bit like bicycle. So we will be going further. Don't forget that CAF president is from South Africa. That's why I'm concerned about firewall. What God cannot do does not exist. Are you not a Nigerian? Where are you from, firewall? You must be Nigerian for what God cannot do does not exist. You know that. So it doesn't matter who is the CAF president, whether it's from China or it's from whatever it is. I strongly believe that if Nigeria play the boys play the same game, we will win. I can tell you that. Your concern is acknowledged, but you know what? Don't forget that there are also people praying. That if that will bring consolation to you. But trust me, no Jiro tomorrow. The boys will play. They will play. There's nothing they can do. I already said they prefer a female referee. Yeah, that's another good thing. So let's take all these things into heart and our wishes and desires. Comfort again. I mean, Effiong Aquila say 1-0 to Nigeria all the way. Yeah, that's a nice prediction. It's a prediction. So let's hope that goes well. We're looking for a win because, like I said, this is one event that unites us, and it's been interesting. Very, very interesting. Thank God I'm going to watch it before I go to work tomorrow, so it doesn't affect my job. If not, it's going to be very sad for me to miss tomorrow's game, regardless of the outcome. Let me say this for the record. And for us Nigerians, regardless of the outcome, we must be proud of the boys so far. So far, so good. They've made us proud. So whatever happens tomorrow, even though we are expecting a win, we wish a win, we must be proud of them. And you saw the video. In fact, I'll play the video briefly again. I love the commentators, the way they went about, the way they were calling. Where is the video again? Let me just 28 seconds, then I'll come back to your comment.
Bon, parfait, le contrôle de Zaidou Sanusi, Moses Simon, le Nantais, qui gagne ce duel. Simon, l'appel d'Osimhen, c'est un retrait pour le point.
Oh, look, man. That is the part I love mostly in respect to the those commentators. They're very nice. Nigerian 3, South Africa 1. Boris Akeme, thank you for joining us again. Football is the number one religion in Nigeria, and I love it so far. Football brings every tribe and ethnicity together. Thank you for that, Efosa Isaac. But how can we? I know we're not talking politics today. This program is just for fun. But how can we extract, if I'm using the right word, this one thing in football that unite us, that we all sit down in the viewing center. Some of us will on our generators. Nobody cares who is who. And we come together. We celebrate the win. We get disappointed together if we lose. We don't say it's this tribe, is this religion, or this person. And this is what we are looking for in other aspects as well to in Nigeria. And it is possible. Hopefully in the next broadcast, if it goes on, we will look at it as to the thing that unite us in this football. Honestly, should we be playing football every day or should we turn our politics to football so that we can be united as we are in football, wanting to win? Some of us don't even eat, and some people even cook for everybody who comes to watch football under their umbrella. I mean, so we buy drinks for each other. We don't think about anybody. Even in relationship where the man is South Africa or the woman is Nigeria, it there's this funny part of it. It doesn't divide them. They wish their country to win, but at the same time, they make joke of it, they make light of it. And so also we intermarry each other. Can't we apply the same spirit? Let me put it as it, whether it's spirit or mentality into our political arena, our governance, and help us to build the nation. Like I said, this is not politics, but we can't run away from it when it comes up. Obigwe, just like you, I don't predict soccer. However, if the boys maintain the tempo and keep their eyes on the ball, they will make it to the final. Though game is gonna be. Good luck to them, and good luck. Mazis, okay, thanks for thanks thanks for joining. For joining. I hope you are looking forward to tomorrow's game. You are muted. We're not hearing you. You're muted. Uh, I don't know. Are you joining us, or you seems to you're muted?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, it's been long. I was a guest in any of the platforms, so I was using a different mic. So, but now I think I've connected the right mic. So,
what do you think about tomorrow's game? What's your prediction?
I don't know, maybe 1-0, for Nigeria. I think usually I don't watch football, because I don't want to give myself hypertension. But and one of those, my getaway is to say that I support Kwara United, Enyimba United, and maybe Plateau Pillars or something like that. I don't do Manchester, Chelsea, then come to the continental one. But as it is, when you look at it, you see that you rightly said football is one thing that unites us. Has it occurred to anyone that no one cared who scored that winning goal?
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares if it's from if you vote
Igbo, if it's Yoruba, if it's nobody cares.
See that politics has a way of dividing the people, and that is the job of the politicians to keep doing that. But here we are, a set of Nigerians, made the country proud. So whether Lukman is spelled Look or Luke, nobody cared. The thing is, he made a country of 220 million people happy, and aside the guests that they had in that pitch, everybody was happy. However, talking about that, it appears the South African game is becoming more political than any other game.
Yes.
The Nigerian embassy in South Africa yesterday, which we shared on our platform, issued a statement warning Nigerians in South Africa to be prepared because there appears to be a xenophobic attack in the making. And that is really sad. That is really sad that the South Africans in the year 2024 haven't really understood what the game of football is. That some people are now threatening that if they win this game, some are going to pack out of South Africa, which sounded more like.
Don't you
Which
think it's
sounded
a form of intimidation? Appears to be
no,
somehow
no.
intimidation.
Well, take that as intimidation, as a joke to your own, to your own peril. I think every sensible Nigerian living in South Africa, for the game tomorrow and next tomorrow, should watch their back. There is something that my late dad used to say. He says, when a man tells you I will kill you because he was drunk, he said, no, take that very serious, because that's what actually he was thinking. It's only that the alcohol helped him to actually, say what is in his subconscious mind. So in that case, if it's a Ghana-Nigeria banter, it's a different thing, because it's something that's been going on generation, even when Nigeria is not playing Ghana. Ghanaian wants us to lose. So it's banter. We can always go back, our Nigerian jollof rice, Ghana jollof rice, which one it's better. So it's banter. But when it comes to a place where always any slightest provocation, you are looked at as a threat, then you shouldn't. It's just like, in the last election, some people were told if they vote for certain candidate, something will happen. Now, as you can take that as a banter, you can take that as no threat, but certain events began to unfold after the election that some people now begin to say, is that the reason why this happened? Even when a government begins to do something genuine, but again, because you've made some allusions, then people will begin to misinterpret or begin to read meanings into actions that have been taken. So in this case, I think, nonetheless, I honestly, even when I'm not a football fan, but I want Nigeria to win this game. At least for nothing, we've suffered enough. 8 years of backwardness, 8 months of unprecedented hardship. Now let's actually have something that can cheer us up, for once.
I mean, Nigerians in South Africa, whatever it is, don't disregard. I saw the memo as well on YouTube. Don't disregard the memo or the warning from the Nigerian High Commission. They probably issued that memo based on report and intelligence or that they may have at their hand. But regardless, we must not be intimidated by that. We Nigerians, we are conqueror everywhere we go. Oshita, welcome to the broadcast. We are looking at tomorrow's game. This is what we call party before party conversation, man. Not party. Not party after party. This is party before party conversation. So, what do you have to say in respect to tomorrow's game? The floor is yours. Before I start throwing questions to Mazi Ezioke, even
though this is an impromptu tasting for me.
Because even though it's not a follower of football, but I have some questions. I will be throwing at.
Yeah, I hope we go past football, because it's not every time we get Mazi around.
Sorry, I think my internet is giving me trouble. Now I have to.
I thought you have Starlink, Mazi.
How
I thought you're using Starlink. You can't be having problems.
You people didn't want to help me buy Starlink.
Subscribe. We'll try. Right. Electricity. To be honest, the boys everyone knows they've done wonderfully well, but also if you follow the game, you can also tell there has been a lot of surprises. So I think the only thing is for them to go into the game all out without underestimating, the team, without leaving any stone unturned. If they go in with such a mindset, the win is for sure. But the moment they start underestimating anybody, the opponent, anything, then we're up for surprises. But so long as the guys maintain the tempo, the momentum, the seriousness, they seem to have gotten their way around almost everything. The defense, you can't complain so much about the defense, and they also have good guys on the front doing the attack. It's almost as if there's a possibility that anyone from the the guys on the forward can score. So now before, the opponents were, mostly fixated on Osimhen, but we've seen that apart from Osimhen, we've got other options of guys who are actually able to put the ball behind the net. So the chances of us winning is very high. But it's just that the only problem we might have is if we start having those that tendency of underestimating the opponent. That is the only thing for me. And the support is there. The Nigerians are supporting everywhere from all parts of the world. So we're good. We're winning.
Yeah, I mean, so far so good. They've not underrated their opponent. So far so good. A little bit sketchy with Angola. Almost put my blood pressure on the high side because Angola made some attempts. But like I said, regardless of tomorrow's outcome game, I will give them thumbs up anytime. Yes, I'm going for. We must go for the win. We need that spirit. They need to keep that spirit
Honestly.
going. Yeah.
I have an announcement to make.
Go ahead.
Anyone? Okay, I'm dropping on this table. I'm dropping 5,000 naira recharge for any of you from Nigeria who is subscribed to my personal channel, Mazes. Okay, make your prediction. If you get the prediction right, 5,000 naira credit recharge to any network of your choice.
All right.
So
you
2010 whatever, but condition is you must be subscribed to this.
You must subscribe to my.
Do you have a different channel from Ginger Media?
Sorry,
is there a different channel apart from Ginger Media?
Yeah, I have my own personal channel, but because sometimes I don't have time to but this year 2024 I want to actually let that channel come up. That's Mazes at Mazes, okay, MAZIEZEOKE. So people go there. I think the channel yesterday streamed an event for a very long time, so it's not yet monetized, but we're going to work towards that 2024. So
I hope Rudolph will jump onto the platform and throw such challenges. Maybe it will make his own $500, not
no. There is beyond that. There is another challenge that is actually ongoing, and I've added 50,000 to that. A challenge on Twitter. Emir Saddam, the guy that organizes the violence space, is throwing up 50,000 naira challenge for any of the Agbadorians to go to the marketplace and shout, Tinubu is doing well. There are about 5 things you need to say, record it, post it, you're going to get 50,000. And I said, because I like the Agbadorians, because the Nigerian economy is doing so well, I'm going to throw in also 50,000 naira. So that's a challenge.
Come on, guys.
That is not possible. The recent.
What I see, didn't see yesterday. Actually, this morning, the party posted something that it is the opposition party that is organizing protests in Kano and Mina. So obviously, it is the opposition party that is giving them bad name. So we are now saying, go do something, just show us the good work in the marketplace where your people are, you get money. It's the easiest money. Ask me to do that. If you tell me to do that now, before 30 minutes, I'm going to give you the video.
It's not possible it can be the opposition parties. Why? Because they have opposition party in charge of government in Kano State.
We know that is not true.
Sometimes I wonder why when people put out things in the Nigerian internet space, do they really think that people don't have a mind of their own to think out things?
Well, they don't think because they don't rate us. If we do, that's how they actually want to. On the comment section, I'm posting the link to the challenge.
Okay. So if you're watching, have you posted it?
Yes.
The comment. In the comment section. Okay, it hasn't shown up yet.
Well,
So if once the challenge show up, you can pick it up, and that's 5,000 naira credit. I can't put anything on behalf of Rudolph. I'm not authorized to do that, but I know it's gonna come. It's gonna come and.
but you can do your own now. You can do in pounds, £10. 10 pounds is now £10 is now close to 20,000.
Yeah,
My prediction is that before Easter, what £10 is going to be,
Please.
£1 is going to be 2,000 naira.
Okay,
Please,
I'm gonna
please, guys.
copy.
You shouldn't get to that. You shouldn't even get to that. Please, those such predictions. Please, I have my mother in Nigeria. She's suffering.
Listen, guys.
It's not
It's
easy
not
for her.
about what we predict amounts to nothing, right? It is about what the government does. It's just like when they tell you pray for the economy to improve. Whether you pray or not, it has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with the economy. So those who are in charge of the economy, those who built Lagos, those who discovered Lagos, the Mongo parks of Lagos, of course, let them, discover Nigeria the way they discovered Lagos. Is that too much to ask for?
It's not too much. It's not too much. You see,
and this is the pain of democracy, because whether you voted for that government or not, you too you go suffer. And this is exactly what we are saying. We have been saying, but some of us that didn't encourage the government, we are also partaking in it. That is the problem here.
You see, I schedule a broadcast in respect to our number one common enemy, which was supposed to take place after this broadcast. It was supposed to be a double broadcast today. You see, we go back to football. That one thing that binds us. We need to identify that one thing. And once we can identify that one thing, then we can now apply that same thing, I beg your pardon, into what? Into other aspects of the country. So Mazioke and Osita, what do you think is that one thing in football that unite us, that I don't care whether you're an Igbo man, even the players themselves don't even care where they come from? We were looking for, I know that thing. So what is that one thing you think that unite us when it comes to football, sport? I mean, sport in general, when Nigerians are representing the country. The floor is yours, Mazioke. You first, then I'll come to Osita.
I mean, you see, like I said before, I'm not necessarily a football fan, and I don't watch football. If I tell you that the game last week with Angola, that I didn't watch it, I was busy writing article, posting, why the game was on. You know why? I intentionally did that because I do not want my BP to rise. So when the game was finished, I now started watching highlights. Honestly, I do not. Tomorrow game, I can tell you honestly, I'm not going to watch it because it's better now to watch it. We've lost or we've won, now knowing the result, as opposed to sitting down. Maybe someone may call doctors because my BP will be too high. So now, to your question, I think it's about sports. Actually, it's not necessarily only about football, but because football is the sport that many people like and prefer. My daughter plays basketball. And when I take her to the basketball pitch, subconsciously, the other day, the little one started videoing me the way I actually play, trying to score the game. Put it in. It's about game and trying to win. And because when it comes to football, you get your best team in there. And that's getting the best, your first 11 to go compete for you. Unite. People know that, well, so far, these people we have here, the likely the best that we have in Nigeria. There might be others, but we don't know. But the ones we know, these appear to be the best we can produce. Whereas if you flip it the other side in politics, you obviously know that is not the case. You know where we have cucumbers, and we know where you have carrots, and we know where we have near idiots lording it over you. Some would say that is kakistocracy. And, you know, if you just oppose that to why we like the winning team because they are our first 11, then the other side, they are the but we don't like them. But somehow they wangle themselves. Imagine if Nigeria is playing. Those that every Nigerian know, this person himself, if they pass and ball, you know if you trap him, you know even if you shoot. Somehow it boxes everybody, say, I am the captain of this team. You think anybody will be watching football? Nobody will watch them. And that is it. So I don't know what else you want me to say, but that is actually my honest take.
So if I may summarize what you say, what we look for is competence.
Capacity.
Osita, the floor is yours. Mazioke, before I give to somebody said be courageous. A man of prestige said you should be courageous. and watch
I have
the game.
I need to call my friend who is a medical doctor to come with maybe plug me some stuff. Anyway, I may try, but to be honest with you, nah.
No, try. It can't be as worse as the 2023 result election. Come on.
No, no, possibly.
Anyway, you're right. We've survived crazy stuff. So
exactly. That one was played in the middle of the night.
I'll try.
That one was played in the middle of the night, even though you were expecting it to be played in the daytime.
No, that one was actually, you know, played while we were all awake. You know.
Osita, the floor is yours. Thank you, Mazi. Okay.
Well, I'll just go a bit deeper, you know, from what he has said. For me, I think it's because there is clarity of purpose. Everyone can tell. For instance, Nani, we know it's against us on South Africa. And we know we need to win by all means, you know, acceptable to the game. So it now comes to the question of what again is the level of awareness. Do people actually know what or who their problem is? You know, because I don't know the word to use for it. I mean, an application to football, because it's not that South Africans are not our enemy, but we know there are people we must win. Now, apply that to our politics when it comes to electioneering. Do people actually know where they are, who they are, where they are standing at the moment, and what they need to do to get to that next point? Because unlike in football, where, and I don't want to use the word enemy, please, if you find a better word for it, the opponent. But in application to politics, it's not. I can't just use opponent, because opponent is not enough. Because with our politics, the people we're against they are literally the enemy of the state, the enemy of progress, so to say. So that clear definition of purpose, that clear definition of it is us against them, you find that in football. So we unite and we bring all our support to the team. You know, there isn't much politics going on within the team about when it comes to a game, like what Mazi said, selecting the best. But then again, the level of commitment, there is no shortchanging in the level of commitment that is brought to bear. So that, for me, that clear definition in football when we are playing the football, it is clear to us that these are our opponents. It is clear to us that as Nigeria, we are one. It makes it us being a team very much easier. So unless we transplant or we copy what we do in football to our political mindset, to because at the end of the day, it will still come back to how we select our leaders. When the people, the delegates, go into pick leaders, are they picking leaders based on, okay, it is we want to fight poverty, we want to remove our nation from suffering. So unless we start seeing that we need to do everything humanly possible to get things right, some people will always be willing to take the shortcut, take bribes, sell their votes, carry ballot boxes, changing votes in INEC, declare results for people when they shouldn't. So the clarity of purpose when it's football is there. But when it comes to our way of life, governance, politics, every other thing, the main things that we should be worried about, it's not that we find it lacking. That is why we select anybody, we collect money and allow anybody to go to pilot the affairs of our nation, our states, our local government. That's my view.
Thank you. I'm going to throw a spanner into the wheel, Mazioke. Let me just announce this. Mazioke has thrown a challenge, a competition out there. I have already put up the link. The challenge is if you subscribe to his personal channel, if I am correct, Mazioke, I stand to be corrected.
Yeah, I'm writing it down. Don't worry. Go ahead.
Okay, so once you write it down, I'm going to put it on the comment section.
Mazioke, I hope I will collect. If I subscribe, I'll get the 5K, please.
No, there are two conditions.
There are
One,
two conditions.
you need to subscribe to Mazioke. Okay.
And
Two, you need to have the prediction right.
I need to have a what?
The prediction
right.
Tomorrow's
prediction.
Game. Yeah.
Come on, no. Okay. So whoever gets the prediction gets the money then.
Yes.
Okay.
And what
I think it's fair.
And just for clarity purposes, what if it's more than one person got the prediction right and subscribed?
Well, we'll see if it's more than one person's. We'll see if we can opt it up. But
no, Mazioke.
If it becomes 200 people now, then there is no way. I'll be bankrupt. I will do ballot paper. I'll do ballot.
We are on live broadcast.
Yes,
and
now it is going to. No, it is this is not INEC. It's going to be transparent.
So we have to be transparent.
Very, very transparent.
So, if I'm speaking right, the first person, or there will be a ballot if it's more than one.
If it's more than 1, 2, 3, if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we may give everybody. But if it's let's say 200.
Okay, so there's going to be a ballot. In the Angola, to those of you in the comment section, I'll come to you. Thanks for joining us once again. In the Angola match, Pitobi was there. I hate to do this, but we can't run away from politics regardless of what we are discussing. Pitobi was there. The Senate President Akpabio was also in attendance beside others that I don't know if Oshomole was there, but if Nigeria was playing like a veg, then it would be in attendance because
no, that's his in-law now.
Yeah, it's so, but we don't know. They are out of the game. So. They went to watch the boys played. Nigerians played. So there's this same thing we're talking about, unification in football. Why is it then that several invitation or whatever it is has been put out by the current administration for the opposition party to come on board the table and work together to steer the country in the right direction? Why have they refused to come on board in the context of that, in the football we are talking about. We all can go and watch these same people representing us, making us proud, putting every differences aside. So why can't they also put the differences aside in politics and join the join the ruling party and steer the nation forward? The floor is yours, Mazi. Okay, then I'll come to you, Sita.
You know, I think obviously, how do I put that? I'm not to decide for the opposition, but I think one of the reasons why the opposition leaders have actually alluded to the fact that they want to stay away is Peter Obi made a statement some time when he said that for you to be called His Excellency, it means that the process by which you come to power must be seen to be excellent. That is the process. I believe on that premise, then, if you say, well, if I think this process is not, is not right, then I'd rather stay away. Now, if you go back to 2007, when President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua came to power, Umaru Musa Yar'Adua acknowledged one thing, saying that I know that the process that brought me to power was not right. It was rigged. He acknowledged it. And he began to put 1, 2, 3, 4 in place to begin to correct the abnormalities that happened during that time. That's how, obviously, many of us know about the West Report, the electoral reform, how eventually that accumulated into Atahiru Jega, professor, came into being the head of INEC. It was visible to the blind, audible to the deaf, the things he did in order to prove that he was genuine in that call. Now, if I'm an opposition leader, would I do the same thing? Of course, I would stay away, because there has not been any singular, not one, any singular act to acknowledge that the process was rigged. Because even last week, the former INEC chairman is now come out openly saying that politicians and Nigerians failed the processes of election or electioneering in 2023 by implication and implicitly saying that the server and the IREV, he said that the IREV was compromised, coming from someone who understands the system, telling you this system was rigged. The only thing is that he did not use the word rigged, but he implied it. So if by implication, everybody understanding that this is what happened, and there is no admission, because if you gone to someone and stole a property, you cannot be begging, oh, okay, please, now forgive me, or rather, no, not even forgive him. Let's work now. Let's work together. And the person is saying, how can I work together? You haven't acknowledged that this property is stolen. If you acknowledge that this property is stolen, ask for forgiveness. And then it's one, and you have counted one, you have counted two. Then let's see how we can now work together. But by implication, you haven't acknowledged that this property was stolen. You haven't acknowledged that, the whole thing was messed up and rigged. The billions that we spent, even borrowed, because these are borrowed monies that we spent, and we sank it in there. And at the end of the day, we messed it up. When we said that beavers was going to be the basis upon which people would vote, and on that date, some state ignored beavers, dead people voted. We know what happened in Imo State, where in Arondizog, for instance, a market in Arondizog that had about 500 registered voters, not a single soul voted. Yet you have about 480 votes come out of that particular polling unit. This is magic, and nobody questions that. So someone and the opposition leaders telling you, we would want to work with you, But this process upon which you emerged is flawed. And if it is flawed, there is no need for us to actually continue the conversation. If you say you are going to fix a nation and you want it clean, sadly, the whole process was so dirty. What are you going to do? I don't want to throw the question back to you, but I believe you know the answer that if something is stolen, I
Osit,
do
I'll
not
come
believe
to
it.
you. I'm going to be a devil's advocate in respect to
Yes, please.
Mazio's response.
Wear your devil's cap. I want to see that.
Okay, let's look at it this way. You said the ruling, they've not come out to admit that the way they got the win, it's fraudulent. But don't you think if they do that, or no, it's a twofold question. If they do that, are you suggesting, even though you're not speaking for anybody, are you suggesting that the opposition will now be willing to work with them, or will it not open another kind of form of litigation, or, court cases if they come out to say, oh, we actually we admit that the election, there was something wrong with it? Will they not say, now we're going back to the court for another interpretation of the Constitution in that regard?
We are not talking about something that has not happened here. That's why I gave us example of 2007. In this country, we are all adults. When in 2007 the same thing happened, we knew it. OBJ rigged Yaradua in because he wanted a continuation of the PDP, and it's the same thing that Buhari did. Last minute, Buhari was appeared, to be neutral, but last minute, some things were shown to him that he had to play ball. Okay, so would that open up litigations? I would say no, but it will show because it has happened. When Yaradua made that call and started the reforms that he started doing, did anybody go to court? Did anybody take him up on it? Exactly. So, but everybody, till today, everybody saw Yaradua a man with a golden half. Who, do you know, it takes a lot. Do you know what it means? Your party rigged for you. You won. But you come up to say, even myself, I look this in kai, more than in Nigeria about so everything I don't steal them. Yes, I agree. These things were stolen. These things were, the process was not right. But people, brothers and sisters, let's walk afresh. That has not happened. I'm not speaking for them. I do not know if that happens. They will, if they would agree. But I think that could form the basis of further conversation, right? I put this analogy to people. You are a father, and you left your home. Someone comes into your house, abuses the female folks in your family, lock them up, and they were hungry. And the person goes across the street in your house in England and buys them McDonald's and comes back and hands McDonald's over to them. When you come back as a father, you know that someone has broken into your house. The female folks in your house are abused. Are you going to be thanking the individual for buying McDonald's for your family, or taking a step backwards and say, hey, how did you get in here in the first place? And why the abuse? These are the things we need to begin to question. And that's my mind at stake.
Thank you for that. They said there's nothing God can. What God cannot do does not exist.
No,
But
that only exists
for
in
the
Nigeria.
for the ruling party to come out and say, to admit that they got
But
there
it has
from
happened before. Even when you criticize PDP has done it. So it's not like
I agree with you. It has happened, but I am looking at the man himself. I don't see that humility. Personally, this is my own personal opinion. Humility in him or his team for them to. I don't personally. This is me not being a devil's advocate again. This is just me speaking. I don't see that humility if he's going to humble himself and come out to say, because they still believe that they won the election clean and fair. So I'm not going to hold my breath on that, or else I'm just going to be committing suicide, which I don't think I should. I would love to do. Osita, the floor is you before I go back to Mazi. Okay, thank you very much. You're muted, Osita. The floor is yours.
When you say working together, I would have really appreciated it if you expanded a bit on it. Work together on what, please? Is it to work together to, to fertilize corruption, to expand corruption? Because we need to define what working together is.
Okay, let me see if I can. I'll try and define it.
I think I think if I may help him here, I think
okay,
what electricity is alluding to is, in 2007, Yar'Adua called for a government of national unity, where other political parties joined, and had some ministerial posts. If I recall, I think Buhari's party at that time, Edwin Umezo, whether his son or so, was part of the people that eventually joined the government. I mean, people do it. Even in England, where electricity is. There was a time, during the time of David Cameron, you have to work with the Lib Dems. That was Nick Clegg, to form a government of national unity, and Nick Clegg become a deputy prime minister. I mean, this is a post that does not exist, but it had to be created, right? But assuming David Cameron rigged the election, and everybody is crying that these are a bunch of thieves. There is nothing, you can't be calling people unless you are a known criminal. Then you join, so that we know it's a criminal enterprise. But if it is not a criminal enterprise and you're not a criminal, honestly, I do not even understand the basis upon which you should come and let us be discussing. Sorry. And by the way, you stole the whole thing. Anyway, you stole it because you are good. Then give us your goodness now, for Christ's sake. So you didn't need anybody. You understand? You didn't need anybody. During the time of interview, have you all forgotten? We don't have Alzheimer's and brain tumors. During the campaign, he was asked questions. He said no, he's not going to share his ideas so that they don't steal it. So those ideas we are holding. Now bring them. Nobody, bring them.
So electricity. If you got my body language, So when we say work together, work together. Opposition is doing its own work.
Exactly.
As opposition. So which other work together are we talking about?
I think Mazi has helped me to clarify that, because you see, where my I don't know how to.
No, there is actually an opposition, or supposed opposition, who is working together with them, and he's in FCT.
That's are you talking of Wiki?
So that should give you a portrait of what working together with them looks like, and what the nature or the kind of human being you need to be to work together with them.
Organization of riggers.
So and funny enough, Wike is quite a shame, but I don't think we mentioned that gentleman enough after 2023 election. The person who should be placed at par with Mahmoud is actually Wike.
Don't worry, nature has a way of treating escrits.
And okay. God bless Atiku for not ever letting Wike grab the ticket of PDP. I never thought a day like this would come where I'd say this.
Okay, take a look at what the comment I just highlighted. Now, I'm not going to review all my plans. The opponent is fine.
Well, let him continue holding all the plans. 1 year is nearly over. It's in a few days it will be the anniversary of that election. Just in a few weeks. And it's been 1 year. Nigerians have not gotten over that election. I don't know if you've noticed. I mean,
we can never get over it. You know why I
huh?
said we can never get over it? Because I was on ground. I voted that, and I know the pain.
Electricity. We are on ground.
I covered a bit for Dr. Damage on that day. I was on ground. I saw an 80-year-old woman. I'm giving an approximate age, but she's not less than 80 years. In the polling station there, polling zone there.
You don't mean on ground on the media, like online here with us. You
No.
in Nigeria.
I was in Nigeria and I covered it. If you go to Dr. Damage on February, and the woman asked me, my son, I was unofficial INEC on that day, organizing. My son, show me Papa, Mama, Peking
Hi.
logo.
Oh no.
I will never forget that. There was also another elderly man. This man cannot walk. He came aided to vote that day. So no Nigerians will forget. Any Nigerian, even a drunkard, will never forget. I'm telling you the truth. It ain't gonna happen. No matter how we see it, will never happen. We will never forget. I'm being honest with you. And that is what hurt me most, but I still keep that optimism out there that we will get it right, no matter how it takes. Before you go on, Shita, I have posted the competition out there in the comment section, 5,000 Naira recharge card challenge. Predict the score of Nigeria versus South Africa and win 5,000 Naira recharge card. The correct prediction will win 5,000 Naira recharge card from any network you choose. To qualify, subscribe to Mazi Ezioke YouTube channel and Dr. Damages Then make your prediction. I'm going to copy the link again and put it on the comment section. Link for Mazi Ezioke on the comment section for those of you who are interested in a free 5,000 Naira recharge card. It's enough to watch the football match for the final.
If they recharge you, you can buy Chada, you can buy what for this
Exactly.
Tinubu's regime. Now, $500,000 that won't be for this. Now those of you earning in pounds now that would not understand.
See this
Every
Naira,
Nigerian in the UK now, this is not the time to say, these people they are doing it, man. They are now everyone in the UK is a millionaire. So don't talk to them with respect.
Well, Mazioke, if you say we are all millionaire, that is after paying all our bills. We have to first of all consider.
It doesn't matter. After paying bills, you're still a millionaire, brother. After paying bills. £500, you're a millionaire. Nah, come on.
Honestly speaking, to be honest, this thing is crazy.
In 2010, I know what, I engaged in a property deal. I mean, it drives me nuts. To get that time, £20,000 gave me 20,000.
Of course, man of prestige. Of course, I am.
All right, thanks for answering. Go ahead, Mazi. It's okay.
That time, pounds was I think 252, right? 252. So that time when I tell you 20, just to engage on, during the time of Ngozo Konjiwa, to engage on you transfer 20,000. Man, you're looking at over 8 million, about 8, not up to 10 million then. Now do the same thing today. Do the same thing today. It's about 1,850, I think is dropped, right? You now times it by 20,000. That is an unbelievable 37 million naira. Just because we have cucumbers who've just run down the whole place, who understood nothing. You took over. You knew a CBN governor that was nothing but a waste of space. But rather than remove him, what you did and comfortably did was, because of Mamandawra, there was something they were stealing, you bring him back, say, are you willing to do XYZ? If you are going to do it, we will retain you. And the guy, honestly, I'm so angry with, there are some private conversations you will begin to have with those involved in what happened in Buhari's government. You'll be angry, the manner. And I'm just working on some of them to just basically come on platforms. And I hope from next week, some of them will begin to come out and say these things. In private, you hear the things that went on in Buhari's government. You wonder why the man is not being prosecuted now. Because no matter what, the buck stops on his table. We are all here. Just a couple of months back, you hear Nigerian Airways, 3 days to hand over. They launched an airline, 3 days to hand. Who does it? And rented an aircraft, just basically, 419, the way people call you now. We are calling you from the Media WhatsApp forum. We're having a Zoom. We send just the same thing they did to Nigerians. Nobody. Enugu runway was done with 10 billion naira. Work done was not up to 5 billion. Where is the rest of the money? Abuja runway was done with nearly the same amount. Not half of it was used. Where were the monies? Yes. We are not being handed upside down. I beg. Make I don't even get angrier than.
No. Don't, today's football. Today, we are looking at. Don't get angry, please. We are looking at tomorrow's.
See, very email.
Welcome, CM. Sorry, don't let Mazioke distract you. We are looking at football here. Nigerian South Africa.
Well, Nigeria will win 1-0. That is my prediction.
Okay, 1-0, then if it is 1-0, go. Remember, before I even started, when you asked me, I predicted 1-0 for Nigeria. So in case I win.
No, Mazioke, don't play Mahmoud here. You are
okay. I'm disqualified.
No, you are disqualified. You see, somebody said in the comment section that you should not play Mahmoud with us.
Okay. I surrender. It's conditional.
It's 1-0.
Okay.
It's 1-0. Anyway, what we want is a win, and so that probably. Do you know that? Nature has a way of doing certain things. Maybe if Peter Obi is in charge now, this football, people won't take it serious after all, because they will focus on the news Obi will be bringing and all those production to consumption to production. He put everything in position. But now people have even abandoned Nigeria. In fact, left for me, most Nigerians will think that let Super Eagles be playing every day and be winning 1-1-0 every, because that is what gives them joy. There is no joy in the land. The people that have strategy during campaign, where is the strategy? That's what I always ask them. Yes, import and export. Now statistics we go chop.
We don't
our people say Obojuodor. In other words, the die is cast. So nothing is happening. Now, the area you think that they will never demonstrate, and now the people shouting the loudest. Today, I think I saw Kano. They say in Kano State they are really out for it now. Yesterday was Niger State, so at least it's coming down turn by turn. But let's be serious here. Ordinarily, this man should just throw in the towel. He has got no idea. What I always tell people is this. I've met people that tell me I've been looking for a job. My problem is that I'm always nervous during the interview. I will go and mess the interview up. In the end, they will find me suitable. Now, such people, you say, but I know this job, I can do it. You now tell the person, no more interview. This is your appointment letter. Go and do the job. That is what INEC did for Agbado. No debate. No manifesto. You couldn't talk to Nigerians. Now, go and do the job. There's no plan. There is no plan. He's clueless. They were saying Jonathan was clueless. No, Jonathan had something up his sleeves. At least he knows the people to appoint. He had the good sense to appoint Okonjo Iweala, who came to sort of is it not what they call it? What did he do with the economy that made Nigeria? I mean, so he quite a figure. Okonjo brought Professor Adeshino, and then the IT Omo, or is it Omololu, the ICT lady, and all those things we are kicking somehow. But this one doesn't know. He just thieves. But Jabi Amila, we don't the thief for Georgia. Sote a lawyer, we thief in client money. That one bad now. It's like you're a doctor. Somebody just come say, look, I'm dying. I don't know what is wrong with me. Only for you to the person surrender to you, say, look, I don't know. Then you tell the person this is what should be done, and you start to cut the person into two. You can't be forgotten. The person can't forgive you because he felt that you are the expert. Somebody came to you as a client after charging him his own fee, which he paid. You also stole the money he's entitled to. How do you explain that? But Jabi Amila, where don't the thief? So he come down to Nigeria. Now you appoint. Now look at what is happening. Everywhere is not that the gatekeeper in Aso Rock. Pay money, pay money. The man is cool. So to be honest with you, I'm not saying it. There's no shame. I'm in UK, but do you know why I like the British people? You may campaign and win. Do everything. They give you prime minister, they clap hand. If they think not they move the way they want and then go tell you I beg, resign, I beg. Then I won't now. That is as simple as that. That is why I like.
Yeah, I'm
yes,
sorry for interjecting you.
They change you.
That's done by the parliamentarian. Would that be correct?
Okay, do you mean to change the prime minister?
Yeah.
But the constituency will write to them now. You see, they hold. I mean, where I am here, with the one normally hold, they call it a constituency clinic. Once in a while, everybody will gather, and then whatever you say. In fact, I got my waste bin. Waste bin. Is it a garden waste? When I phoned my council, I don't know what they were delaying. So I mistakenly told my MP one day, I said, I don't know why this guy. He said, are you sure? I said, yes. He said, give me your address quickly. I was surprised. The day I came to work 2 days later, the thing was standing. He did. So imagine something as abstract as that. So you relate to your people that are doing this thing. Unlike in Nigeria, look, Nigeria is going. It's either they force this man to resign by force.
No,
he can.
No. I disagree. He should not be. We should. It's good. In fact, let him add fire self. Let him squeeze it more.
Mazi, okay, people are dying, please.
People are dying. People go die. So let them squeeze it the more so that by the time, our senses might begin to reject certain things. Let them squeeze it. To be honest with you, look, you just hear that I had it that Akpabio was in the stadium. But that day, honestly, I didn't know that he was in the stadium.
Maybe he was in the stadium.
Why didn't I see any photo of him?
No, he was. I saw he was picked up. P2B was there. This guy
exactly. So why was it only one man?
Kubana was there. Kubana was there.
And some people are now saying, what's it called? Is it Sariki or whatever was now arguing why shouldn't he should give them his ideas. Let them
yes, I read it. Saraki said why is Obi holding his idea, take and go Ivory Coast, make him release this.
So in that case now, it is how can he give you the statistic? So the statistic will go chop the import and export. We don't understand. So let's go on. Let's carry on. We are doing well. Again, if we are just like I said, just like Emir Sadan said on his Twitter page, 50,000 naira challenge for any Agbado to go to the market. Let me read it out here. He says, and I quote him, not me. Emir Sadan, sorry, just give me a moment. Emir Sadan on his Twitter page says, 50,000 naira Tinubu challenge. 50K per region. Now, 50K per region, that means he's talking about 300,000. Me, Maz says, okay, I added 50K per region, so making it 100,000 now. And other people are adding money. So by the time we finish, it might reach 1 million. What is the challenge? Very simple. He says, this is strictly only for Baptist. Make a video of yourself in the center of the market in your state with a megaphone. You can rent a megaphone for 100 naira, saying the following. 1, P2B will never be president. 2, Tinubu is working. 3, Tinubu until 2031. If you don't like this country, leave and go to Chad. Hope you are enjoying our renewed hope. Post the video on this timeline and tag Violence Space. The best will win 50,000.
That must be a wicked emir.
No, now, because the government is working. I mean, you see, you are saying this because you are not in Nigeria. Those of us in Nigeria, those of us in Nigeria can tell you free of charge. It's working. We are enjoying it.
No, the challenge, the challenge is not complete. The last sentence should read, if you come out of the market alive, then come and take 1 billion. If you come out of the market with your brain intact, then come and take any amount you try it at Onitsha now. Just go to main market at Onitsha.
Listen. Don't bring Onitsha to this. Those states APC won. Just go to those states.
Yes, okay, yes, it's true.
Because if it's Onitsha, it can be rigged. It could be so well they didn't vote you.
Remember, I was in Lagos recently during I don't know if I still have the video. When people were now shouting, I'm trying to see if I still keep the video where people were shouting, we are hungry and we are hungry.
Ebi went power, ebi power.
I really don't. No, I don't have the video.
But electricity. What do you have? Yeah. This is a 48 months mandate. 48 months. Now we never reach 1/4. People don't they?
The beans for Akara never even go. We will never even grind them. People are complaining. He's doing well.
This is what I said in the last broadcast when after Femi Falana came on board and spoke, and I did say to people that yes, your freedom of choice is respected without a shadow of doubt, but we must also understand that our choices do have consequences. Now, some people have come on platform to say, yeah, we have a right to vote for anybody. It is our right. Of course. It is your right, but you know this person's CV. His CV or their CV was not hidden. So if I put in my CV, I mean, even before you apply for a job or this and that, they ask you certain questions. Have you spent time in prison? Do you have a criminal record? Since Mazi, all of us here, we understand that you have to fill all those, tick all those boxes. So his CV was already known to us.
Yes.
But electricity, I think you're making this mistake, assuming that the people, because whenever we say, well, now on a voter, I feel hot because for many months before the election, I basically went almost to every state of Nigeria, and sitting in the collation room, saw how the results were coming in before the manipulation started around 12:35, when the server was switched off. You begin to understand that it is unfair to these states to say, oh, now on a vote like this. It's just that the outcome didn't reflect the wishes and the aspiration of the people. If you take Lagos, for instance, even in all the suppression and rigging in Lagos still delivered the amount and the number of votes that they did. The reason why Labour Party won Lagos wasn't because of Ndibo, wasn't because of people of Niger Delta or South Side. No, it was because of the Yorubas who have the numbers and who are indigenous to that place, saying this nonsense is up to us here. So it will now be unfair to turn around and think it's because of you that Lagos was one. If you go to Plateau, for instance, the people that made it happen in Plateau were not in the Igbo, were they Southerners. It's still the indigenous people. Taraba is the same thing. Even Niger that we are talking about, right? It's just that even Kano, I tell you, if we go back on Twitter, look at Kano results, the ones people were sending in, the people from the polling units were sending in. When you look at these things, we may stop making the comments, oh, yeah, they voted. No, the people, their decisions were suppressed. The only reason why in the South, South, and Southeast was because they were more in numbers. So they didn't allow certain nonsense to happen. But the other side, the ones that have the money and have the state power, state apparatus to basically suppress people were larger in number, and that's why that happened. So please, let's cut, the voters some slack, because they tried. Just like someone who was kidnapped tried his possible best to run away from the captors.
Sorry, what I'm trying. Sorry, the question I keep asking myself was, where is the plan this man has? Where is he? Because nothing is stopping him now. Everything has been given. What is it? Supreme Court, yeah, where is the plan now? Where is the plan? That is what I'm keep finding. Every day, where is the plan? Where is the plan for education? Where is the plan for agriculture? Where is the plan for security? Where is the plan for where is the plan?
CM, can I ask you? Yeah, sorry to interrupt. Can I ask you a question?
If it's okay, well, ask. Let me see if it's about
where you are now.
Yeah.
Where you are now.
Yes.
Will you confidently take £50,000 of your hard-earned money now to Nigeria?
Nowhere now.
Electricity, where you are sitting now, will you take 20,000 of your hard-earned money now to Nigeria?
Unless he's a madman.
When you say 20,000 naira or 20,000 pounds, could you clarify?
Of course, no, 20,000 pounds. Come on, man.
Electricity no get them now. Why you go ask them that kind of question?
20,000 pounds. Will I take it to Nigeria?
Yes.
There is no yes or no answer to that question.
No, will you now, if you wanted to start up a business now, will you take it to Nigeria? 20,000 pounds.
To go and start up. I give you an idea of the business.
I would say yes, depending on the kind of business. As long as that business is not solely dependent on electricity, I will do it. But if
okay, tell me which business is not dependent on electricity.
Riding keke, I can buy keke. Keke is not dependent.
But driving it is dependent on petrol.
Yes, I mean it's petrol. You make money, but electricity. I don't need to charge it. It's like if I should go and buy an electric car. And say,
no, but even the petrol, most transporters now.
If you buy an electric car, that means you're going to buy I better pass my neighbor, put them inside boot.
You can't buy electric car.
So tell me where now to put your money as an investor. And I'm just talking about us who are indigenous of Nigeria, who even love the country.
Difficult. I listen. I agree with you, but I still
let me tell you guys why I think it is any of you in the diaspora why I think is nonsensical to ever think of bringing money to Nigeria, except the money you use in helping your family.
Exactly.
In the year 2010. I was about to buy a property at the Dagenham part of England. Dagenham. That was before during the, what's it called? The financial crisis. Deposit then was 10%. The property was at 185. So £18,500 plus conveyancing, minor fees, because it was below 250 threshold. So there was no stamp duty.
Yeah.
Idiot me. Believing in Nigeria that it will work. Took the money to buy a property in Abuja. Idiot me. £20,000. The £20,000 was less than 10 million naira. Idiot me. If I had kept that £20,000, I didn't buy you. That is about 37 million now. If I had bought that property in Dagenham, The last time I checked, around November, the property is valued at 485 in Dagenham, a 3-bed semi-detached. Now, because with interest rates, then tenants paying obviously interest rates and capital.
Of course.
Now, let's assume the worst case scenario that what is left is about 150,000. So today, if I want to sell 150,000 to walk away, you're not making anything less than 300,000 pounds from 20,000 naira, from 20,000 pounds. Now, tell me, unless the person is brain dead, she want to,
Well,
anyway.
To me, I told somebody, I told somebody, said, the only business, if I will call it business, is I will go all these people that bought land, maybe anywhere in Anambra State, something like you bought it just like 1 plot or 2 plots, you fence it, it's been idle since 2-3 years. I will go to the person and say, please, let's do lease. Give it for me to plant cassava. Only cassava. Now I go plant. Lease if it's 50,000, if it's 50,000 a year, I give you for the next 50-50 for the next 2 years. I will only plant cassava. The way the business is now is that when you want to harvest the cassava, you the owner don't need to harvest it. The buyer will go and harvest it, bring it out, you tell her how much you go pay. Now that kind of business me go do.
Let me
okay.
Osita,
and there was the reason. There was a reason why I asked.
Osita, 1 second. There are some people in the comment section jealous that you are eating. They are jealous, so they say you should go and hide and eat when you finish eating. Because they are from Nigeria, and you know things are difficult right now in Nigeria. But I want to play a video.
And a chicken for that matter in the chop. Can you imagine? When people in Nigeria, can see Gary to drink.
Sorry guys,
the protesters, who are mostly youths, were seen carrying various placards along Airport Road and also along Murtala Mohammed Way in Kano Metropolis and chanting, "We want subsidy on petrol back, open Nigerian borders, address the rising fall of the naira. People are dying of hunger, all due to high cost of food." They also claim they can no longer send their children to school due to financial constraint.
What our leaders are doing to us, the masses, is so unfair, and we have been pushed to the wall. Life is so difficult. Our children can no longer go to school due to hunger and our inability to pay their school fees. Prices of food items keep increasing on daily basis. Our borders are closed. We want it open.
We are really suffering in this country. A bag of local rice in the market is around 60,000 naira. We can no longer afford it. Our children are just sitting down at home. There is no money to pay for their school fees. This is not what we expect from the government. The youth vowed to mobilize more people on the street to show how unhappy they are over the rising cost of food items in the market, as they can no longer afford it. They are asking President Bola Tinubu to urgently open Nigerian borders and also restore the payment of subsidy on petrol. The closure of Nigerian borders is one of the major things that plunged the country into serious hardship. Also, US dollar is not our official currency. The naira needs to be strengthened, and we want the government to continue the payment of subsidy on petrol. Since it was removed, prices of food and transportation have increased.
There is hunger, there is poverty in the land, and there is no money. Things are so expensive in the market. The prices of food items keep rising.
Just last week, scores of women, including widows, took to the streets of Kano to protest the increase in the price of flour in the state. The protesters, who sell local bread, also known as gurasa, while marching on the street with placards on Friday, lamented that the soaring price had crippled their source of livelihood. Ayo Adinaye Arise News Kanu.
So why would somebody now come up and say this protest is organized by the opposition? I don't really get the person, who that person is, to be honest. This is Kano. This is what's this guy's name? Stronghold. This OVA man Stronghold.
That's
What's his
Kwankwaso.
name? Kwankwaso Stronghold. And somebody will come up and say
But
the oppositions are the one that there is all
but
this.
do you know the difference? Can you pinpoint the difference between this video and that of Niger State?
I've not seen that of Niger. I don't think there's. I've not
This
seen
one-
that of Niger.
Niger, yes.
This one seems to be real because of the placard.
No. It's not about real. Look, Niger State. When you watch the video, there was no single placard. There was no single placard. That means it was not organized. It's like maybe a couple of people hunger, don't wire somebody, hire somebody.
Spontaneous.
Waiting. I will die per here. If it go straight now, everybody I say I will kill me. So it was spontaneous. Now, no time to, in Igbo we say, Anahe hello guapana. Real fight. They know they say make I go where Bra come out. Now when it start, it starts, right? So that is what I saw. But here, people had time to get placards, write inscriptions on them. It meant they had time to mentally coordinate their anger. That is far from from Mina's own yesterday. Mina's was started by mothers. Mothers, angry mothers, looking at their children. So when the younger ones saw their moms, they, their body began to boil, so they joined. That was why when police came trying to disperse them, they pursued the police yesterday. And you see, when they pursued police, the reason why police could not retaliate, because if they were all young chaps, police can easily shoot. So they didn't want to escalate, as in the case of Jigawa, or Jigawa actually, where women went naked. No, nothing, everything, just the way you came onto this earth. And they said, no, enough is enough. So this one is the same. What I don't want us to allude here is whether it was whoever organized it. I don't think whoever organized it is irrelevant. The people are saying one thing: the cost of living. Last Christmas, all the bags of rice I gave out, the 50 kgs, these are before. During about 9 years ago, 16,000, you get one bag of rice. The local rice that I bought last Christmas was between 50 and 55,000 a bag of 50 kg. And that has gone beyond that within a space of 6 weeks. How are people surviving? Sometimes, to be honest with you guys, sometimes people in this part of the world find it so hard. I was last week sitting somewhere at Abuja. I was buying beans and plantain, and the woman dressed properly. I was just looking at her. She was walking to me. I said, "Now, wow, waiting this on one talk." She walked up to me and said, "Oga, I'm hungry." I looked at her again. I mean, honestly, from head to toe, looked very nice woman, but in maybe late 40s or thereabout. I said, "Okay, what do you want me to do?" She said, "If I can just buy her food, that's all." I said, "Food?" And because I was buying beans and roasted plantain, I said, "The woman selling beans and roasted plantain, please give her another plate." I said, whether she want poma or rice. She said, "No, make she kukuma eat first before she talk about." So when she said that, man, I became a little bit teary, because for her, now belly first before you talk about whether you want fish or poma. You understand? So that's where we are now, that people are walking so hungry. So hungry. You go to the petrol station now, there is no single time that I drive into a petrol station to fuel in my car that I do not spend 40,000. 40,000 is more than some people's monthly salary. And most times, in most cases, these these food tank that we buy, minimum of 40,000, doesn't last 5 days. At most 6 days, when you don't really do much travel, or when you do, so I mean, is that how to survive? And when people talk about, hey, if you go to this country, the fuel is cheaper, the same person telling you that fuel is cheaper is now ignoring that in France you can buy an old layer of chicken frozen €1.50. €1.50. That's the person is not telling you that you can actually, just like as we say in Igbo, whatever people have in their locality should solve their problems. So we shouldn't be comparing in that sense. A nation that produces oil in a peacetime, our output is about 1.2, 1.3 million barrels per day. During the time of Yaradua, that Nigeria was actually saying that our oil production went down. It was 1.7 million. But this is peacetime, no militancy, no nothing, only 1.2 million, 1.2, 1.3. Why? What do you think is behind that? You are not even getting up to your OPEC quota. So where oil is finished in Nigeria or what? Who is taking the differentials? You see, the day we begin to ask these questions. The challenge is you ask these questions, all they can say is, oh, these are the oppositions. Oh, these are people who don't like the government. So that's why I said the government is doing well. So let's not even criticize. In fact, it's good. Whatever they are doing, it works. Increase the fire. Last. Through to 2031. Even if we make it 2037, it's good. We like it.
All right, let's look back again as to why we are here, and we will now talk about the prediction. This is why we are
fait le contrôle de Zaidou Sanusi. Moses Simon, le Nantais, qui gagne ce duel. Simon, l'appel d'Osimhen, c'est un retrait pour Lookman. Ademola Lookman qui marque son 3e but dans cette CAN. Ademola Lookman, le pendant d'Osimhen, celui qui frappe, la fausse piste d'Osimhen, la punition de Lookman, et 1-0 pour le Nigeria. Bon, on fait le contrôle de Zaidou Sanusi. Moses Simon, le Nantais, qui gagne ce duel. Simon, l'appel d'Osimhen, c'est un retrait pour Lookman. Ademola Lookman qui marque son 3e but dans cette CAN. Ademola Lookman, le pendant d'Osimhen, celui qui frappe, la fausse piste d'Osimhen, la punition de Lookman, et 1-0 pour le Nigeria.
Tomorrow is the semi-final. So tomorrow is the semi-final of against Nigeria versus South Africa, and we are hoping that we will win the match. Somehow we veer into politics, which we cannot avoid. So again, CM, say your prediction is 1-0. Hopefully you win, and you subscribe to Mazi Seke and Dr. Damages, and anyone that predicted right. If we have more than 5 correct answers, it goes into balloting. Mazi Seke is excluded from this voting himself because he's the one that organized it, so he's not qualified to vote. He's not eligible to vote. Dr. Damages also is not eligible to vote. I think I am eligible to vote. I think so. I'm not sure until he pays the rules and regulations again. So one final word from every one of you before we call it a day. Thank you again for joining us. Osita, the floor is yours.
What I want to say is this: so long as, because what's happening in Nigeria, and I'm very much concerned about the effects, of course, because is almost at the base of everything that is happening now. So long as you, who is a Nigerian living in the diaspora, hasn't got the confidence in the nation to invest your money, what then makes you think that the country can attract another foreign investor, maybe from Germany, from China, from wherever, God knows where? Because there is no aspect of Nigeria economy now, economic sector, that you want to invest your money. The risk is just too much. And the government, they have no idea. CM, you spoke about farming. Bro, you're going to go and you want to go set up a farm. Do you have the security to guard the farm? No. You've got no security. Someone mentioned the transport. Look at what the petrol price is. So almost every fabric of the economy is literally destroyed. So if a small time, a capacity investor, I'm talking maybe £20,000 and below, is not able to safely invest their money, it will be a Herculean task for corporations, conglomerates to even think that they want to invest their money in Nigeria, because they even have more intelligence. So in a nutshell, what am I saying? The hardship, I'm afraid to say this might just be the beginning. I don't see things getting better anytime soon. But also, the worst part of it is that this government, what are the chances of changing them even in the next coming year? I don't know. Not with the way things are. Because they are ready to die in power. Can anyone hear me?
Why would you want to change a government that is working? Why?
Somebody, Osta, somebody told me it will be his turn to vote for Tinubu in 2027.
Exactly. So why would you? Honestly, I don't understand. Look at Man of Prestige is asking me where is my president. My president is in. He has taken over from Buhari, and instead of being in London, he relocated to France. So what's the problem? He's good.
So guys, and the worst part is in Nigeria today that someone will sell off everything they have, properties, what's 20,000, 20 million naira, 50 million naira to relocate himself and family overseas.
But isn't that what your president has? The president has jackpot now. So why won't you jackpot yourself?
So these people at this point, and that is where this election it really brought us low. In fact, what it cost us, this 2023 election, it will take us years to recover. Because a family will sell everything they have to relocate overseas.
We for the manage Buhari. We for the manage.
It's crazy, and I don't know. And for me, it hurts me different.
CM, tenure is 8 years. We can't manage Buhari beyond 8 years. You don't see what is happening in Senegal now.
Someone like myself, I never dreamed that I'll be raising family overseas.
Oshita, sorry for interjecting you. Some people actually said it that when Tinubu comes, you will know that Buhari is better.
Buhari said it himself that we will be begging him to come back.
You guys have found a way to, make it easy upon yourselves. But for someone like me who might say it's okay, like the way you're in Nigeria now, that's where I want to live in the country.
And that's what I'm saying. You can come back now. We're enjoying it now.
No. It's not easy. See, it's never easy. So for someone who
you've lived overseas like me, so come, let's join.
So why are you giving reasons again? You say you for like, and then you say it's not easy. Which one you then?
No, what I'm saying is, see, guys, the most, at least, look.
You see, to be honest with you, I
Are
know
we
something will.
complaining?
I know something will be bad, but I didn't know it will be this level to the extent that
Tom, what
to,
is bad? What is bad?
I had never. Listen,
They've created work.
my
They
my
created
junior
work for
my
kidnappers. What is
my
bad?
junior my junior brother left Germany. He said he went home to our village. Ezinifite. You know what he told me? He said when somebody see you as you dress, he gonna look you. He go say, me like say this person know me before, or we are just trying. You know, no saying they size you to come back. The moment he sees you, we just say, brother, I beg, we have
Okay,
500 naira.
there is a comment here that I think is worth looking at.
Ah,
This Michael Lawale said all these obedience will never stop being
no
pessimistic
mind,
and negative about everything.
no mind.
it's not,
Tom,
We
not
are being
about being pessimistic.
no,
We are looking
he
at the
has a point.
facts here.
what
The,
is
the,
negative?
the currency will tell you.
Please, electricity. Tell Michael Lawale that is he obedient that are saying Ebi Power? Is he obedient? Is that obedient?
I don't
Ask
know
him.
what. I don't know.
No, this
I don't understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
No,
I am here telling the
No.
world that the
Reply.
economy is working.
maybe
what
he
is-
didn't
what
see
is
the
wrong there?
video. He
Reply
didn't see
him.
the video. Let me
Ebi
play the
Power.
video again. Let's
Whether
reply him with the video.
with the video, whether they're obedient. Those people, Ebi Power. Jesus Christ.
Sorry. Sorry, let me replay it.
and this is why things will be more difficult for us in the future because people will still see the truth.
The protesters, who are mostly youths, were seen carrying various placards along Airport Road and also along Murtala Mohammed Way in Kano Metropolis and chanting, "We want subsidy on petrol back, open Nigerian borders, address the rising fall of the naira, people are dying of hunger, all due to high cost of food." They also claim they can no longer send their children to school due to financial constraint.
What our leaders are doing to us, the masses, is so unfair, and we have been pushed to the wall. Life is so difficult. Our children can no longer go to school due to hunger and our inability to pay their school fees. Prices of food items keep increasing on daily basis. Our borders are closed. We want it open.
We are really suffering in this country. A bag of local rice in the market is around 60,000 naira. We can no longer afford it. Our children are just sitting down at home. There is no money to pay for their school fees. This is not what we expect from the government. The youth vowed to mobilize more people on the street to show how unhappy they are over the rising cost of food items in the market as they can no longer afford it. They are asking President Bola Tinubu to urgently open Nigerian borders and also restore the payment of subsidy on petrol. The closure of Nigerian borders is one of the major things that plunged the country into serious hardship. Also, US dollar is not our official currency. The naira needs to be strengthened, and we want the government to continue the payment of subsidy on petrol. Since it was removed, prices of food and transportation have increased.
There is hunger, there is poverty in the land, and there is no money. Things are so expensive in the market. The prices of food items keep rising.
Just last week, scores of women, including widows, took to the streets of Kano to protest the increase in the price of flour in the state. The protesters, who sell local bread, also known as gurasa, while marching on the street with placards on Friday, lamented that the soaring price had crippled their source of livelihood. Ayo Adinaye, Arise News, Kano.
Just go through this baby
It is not
of
this
pain.
one. It is not the correct.
Baby step of pain.
This brings us back to the football question asked earlier when we began. When it has to do with our nation, the immediate things that concern us, some people will still come out
and play tribalism and play. I
This
don't
is the
get
problem.
it.
This is why it's almost impossible to move forward. This is why sometimes when you listen, some people, when they start, clamoring for cessation, it's comments like this that lead people to want to start clamoring for cessation and start thinking maybe if we are truly, governing ourselves from a particular tribe, maybe things will be easier to handle. Everyone can clearly say that. Hold your knife. Oh God!
Please, electricity. Just 1 minute. Leave this comment from. Show say these are northern obedience. Okay, if they are northern obedience, but they say Obi no get voters in the north.
Sure, it's just me comical.
He said another obedience. Okay.
This has nothing to do with
please play the Ebi Power and Western obedience. Play that one.
I'm looking for the video.
The part is that there is hardship. The part is that you cannot rig your way out of poverty. You can rig your way into power, but you cannot rig your way out of poverty. What is happening is that normally that a lot of the money that Nigeria even gets outside Nigeria is from diaspora remittances. Someone like myself personally, I've reduced the way I send money to Nigeria. And now most people who used to send money for certain things in Nigeria, they've stopped. Like when I said, if it's not for immediate, assistance of a family member, people are not sending money for anything. There is no confidence in the market. No one before I used to save money in Naira. Long ago, more than a year, I've not put it down in my Naira account.
In fact, Oster, please, it's okay. I've learned something from you today. I got the quote. You can rig yourself into power, but you can't rig yourself out of poverty. You can never rig. You can rig yourself out of poverty.
And my fear. What you said now. You said, people want to beg you for money. That is not the case maybe in the East. These days, I hear that people are looking at you anyhow. They might be thinking to kidnap you. We are in big trouble. We are in big trouble.
Not true. You can rig yourself into power, but you cannot rig yourself out of poverty. It's a lie. I go to Oster, please. I go to quote you. I go say no, Oster. I ain't talking. I go put them for comment box in my Facebook. You can rig yourself. So if you see it, if they carry me go court, I will call you. You can rig yourself into power. It's very easy. Better rig yourself out of poverty. That one. Jesus Christ.
And some of us, unless you don't have any family member again in Nigeria, like myself, I have my mother in Nigeria.
Have everybody. My own too. We all have.
Now you get somebody to drive her to a place. Because she doesn't drive as well anymore. She's going a long distance. She needs someone to drive her. The money has tripled. So it's also affecting us. All of everybody is. That's why I'm saying both those who supported this government and the ones who did not support it. All of us, we are back to the same. We are all in the same place.
Guys, before our good brother accuses us as people who complain. Do you know that December 2022, with 40,000, you can charter a Sienna from Lagos to the east? Fast forward, December 2023, with 40,000, you only got one seat in a bus. Last year, during the campaign, I paid my air ticket between 35,000 to 60, 70,000. Sometimes, because we were flying too much, there's this airline, Green Africa. You don't have any luggage. You just basically your rucksack or anything. You pay about 25,000. Now, less than 1 year later, we are talking about 100,000 minimum airfare. Guys, you know what it means?
I've never seen this kind of inflation.
Do
I
you
mean, in
know
a
that
country
when Buhari took over,
I beg,
before dollar, hold on, CM. Before
Njenje,
dollar began their zonto,
Njenje, allow us to laugh. I beg. Happy go to forget about all those analysis. Oster, how did you come about this quotation? You
I
can
didn't
rig
come
yourself.
across it. I'm
You,
just telling
you, you can you can rig yourself into power very easily, but you can you can rig yourself out of poverty.
Sam, you're having a good day today, Mazi.
He's in a good way. He's in a good mood for a change anyway. You know.
No, it's good for the broadcast. To be
anyway,
honest.
let's come back to football. So, for those of you watching, if you we have a 50,000 naira, is it 50, 5,000 naira? I think someone is promising on. I think I've seen a comment on Njenje here. I don't know if someone wants to add his or own money. 5,000 recharge card. It can be Glow, MTN, Airtel, or Nine Mobile. If you can predict correctly what Nigeria versus South Africa is going to be tomorrow, precondition is that you must be following Mazes Ok's YouTube channel. If you just Google at Mazes OK, it's a YouTube channel. You can follow that and also follow Dr. Damages, right? If you follow these two channels, drop your prediction, but you have to drop your prediction in the comment of this video, because we don't want people to rig the thing tomorrow. Now, when after they finish, they say, "Oh, I predicted." No. This is IREV. It's on. You can't put it off. So this IREV that is on now has timestamp, so we will know when you commented. So the
It's not
entry,
Beavers, it's IRF, right?
exactly. So no, because they can rig beavers as well. This one is IREV. We can't turn it off. It's YouTube. Not that once they finish the match, you will come and want to rig it. If we don't see it, it's not there. So let's have fun together, guys. Follow the channel. If you're not following Dr. Damages, follow us. For those of you watching on Njenje Media, if you are not following us on Njenje Media, please, by all means, do follow, like, and share. That's all. We know they charge money, right? This is not DSTV. It's not Start Time. It's free of charge. Just follow, like, and share. But since we've been talking football and dived into politics a little bit, I also discovered that Ibla said the government is hitting the pockets. But those of you in the diaspora, you can be supporting what we are doing now. Let's see some super chat and super stickers now. How about waiting do now? As soon as say make they know, make una no come invest in the country. Make una invest in us now, beg. We take God beg una hunger there.
It's good. It's good. The great Zeke say every day man the land. If the son no come for no land is from most typhoons, you can't rig. If if it's possible to rig yourself out of poverty, we for don't do it.
No. I don't.
Maybe all of us will support that kind of rigging, and just anything to get us out
of poverty.
Even that they cannot, because see, I think CM, you're working on the premise that they actually want you to come out of poverty. That is very wrong. They do not want you, because if they make you come out of poverty, therefore that hold that they have over you is gone. Why would they? What is their interest? Why would they have interest in you coming out of poverty? It doesn't make sense. They do not want you to come out of poverty. Why you see people, Alhajis, wanting people that say Rankadede every time. Listen, there was this period of time that we have this agitation all over Nigeria, saying break up Nigeria, blah blah blah. When certain individuals move around, you see hundreds and thousands of people. I was arguing with a friend. I said, listen, one thing that breaks my heart is that when I look at these hundreds of people moving around, what I see is poverty and joblessness. Because if you had jobs, you won't have time. I asked the individual who runs the business, I say, if these people are marching on the street, would you, if your staff are on duty, would you say you close your business for 5 hours so that they can go and join match on the street? He said, no, he wouldn't tolerate that. I said, yes. It is a clear indication that those marching on the streets are those who were without jobs. Just suppose that's what the politicians do. It is not in their self-interest for you. They want people that will be rankadede, right? I was driving 2 weeks ago from Enugu to Anambra, and this private individual blaring siren, in order that I should get out of the way. I did as if they never existed. The police were almost smashed my car, just coming close. For where? It a craze? You pay tax, I pay tax. So why would I evacuate the road for you? Now imagine you have wide array of Nigerians who can on their own say this nonsense must stop. Why would a private individual, there is no ambulance, there is no fire service, and these are individuals going, where are they going? Maybe to meet their girlfriend, and that's going for one nonsensical function to the other. But because they have held the people down, they will blare their siren and people will be hailing them, which in my way of, we can call it sarcastic, but I say that the only thing ungunned men has done to us is to reduce the number of idiots who can use siren, because if they do, they are telling them we are coming, and I can lay ambush for them. So you see, that is the only good thing that come out of this madness. But aside that, it is not in the overriding interest of politicians to make you feel comfortable, to give you food. So that quote is actually the second part is slightly flawed, because they cannot rig. If they have the way to rig it, they won't rig it on your behalf. They will make sure that you remain poor, because it's only when you remain poor they can control you.
Yeah, but Mazi, we can look at this quote again in another way and apply it that even those who sell their votes just for the purpose of a discussion, you can sell your vote, but you cannot vote your way out of poverty. We can apply it into different, give it different.
No, you can vote. No. You can vote
So
your way out
you
of
can
poverty.
vote your way out of poverty.
You can vote. You see, that's why it does not work the other way.
Yeah,
you can vote your way out of poverty, because the whole essence is why, if you speak to Olisa Abakoba and Professor Patu to me, there are two things these two gentlemen tell you: that they fought for democracy to return, but when it came in 1999, they thought Abu Salami Abubakar was going to be like every other military head of state. They did not put themselves forward to run for offices in order to implement the ideas that they had. Sadly, they allowed the space for cucumbers and carrots. By the time they now said, oh, it be like say this thing na real, or make we go back, those cucumbers that have taken over have now permeated the floor with state stolen resources that they now become the lords. If not, how come Ibori, a man who is known to commit fraud and steal in Wick's shop in London, relocates to Nigeria, becomes Lord? That even if you're a professor, you must now have to pass through him. He was in prison, yet had people got into national assemblies and being re-elected as governors. So that is where we are. Anyway, we can't keep lamenting. At the end of the day, the thing is that, like football, let's not lose sight of the essence of this conversation. The essence of this conversation is, like you rightly asked at the beginning, what can we learn from football? The only thing and the most important thing we have to learn from football is us being able to elect competent people, putting square pegs in square hole, round pegs in round holes. The reason why football gives us joy is that in most cases the way of picking players are very transparent. You know that these are the best we can get at this moment in time. In most cases, I say there are odd times where accusations are made, but in most cases, this is what we are expecting. Therefore, if we allow people to make their choice, if you just oppose that to electoral scenario, if you allow people to make their choice, when mistakes and when things go wrong, they now know, this is our choice. Will I say, Joe? Okay, but because we have the powers to wait for another 4 years to ensure that, so now we vote you, so now we go vote you out. But now, by stealing the vote and stealing the power of the people become powerless. It leads so many of them into disbelief. Like now, if you talk about 2027, some of them will tell you, where is the electoral reforms that has happened to convey confidence that in 2027, what happened in 2023 will not happen again? Therefore, people will stay back. If people stay back, that means we have come back again to the scenario of 1999, saying, of what use? And because we say of what use, it will now give them the more impetus to go and take positions. And because we become weak, our voices appear to have been dwindled, then we can now begin to argue. Imaginary. Let military come now, come save us. Let this one come save us now. But because we have left and allowed bunch of thieves, very few, minute, less than 0.1% of the total population to lord it over us. They can stay in the house where people are hungry, and they are talking about forex being depleted, yet they can say we buy cars 140 million. We didn't hit the street. 140 million that was converted into dollars. We didn't hit the street. The same manner of cars could have been bought for between 15 and 22 million that was locally produced. No! And they will tell you, the reason why we will not buy these cars is because we do not have good roads. Meaning the idiots know that they don't have good roads. Rather than declare state of emergency in fixing our roads.
Mazi, I want you.
Mazi, it's ridiculous and it is crazy for those who are supposed to fix something telling us that the reason why they have bought that car is because there are no good roads.
And we didn't hit the street, though.
We didn't hit the street.
See, that is the thing. We didn't hit the street.
Now, because Mars is joking now about hitting the street. Yeah, we hit the street in 2020, and most times, most of us Nigerians were once beaten, twice shy. Also, and I want to bring this back again. I'll even take this before they started buying the cars. That was not when we were even supposed to hit the street. We were supposed to hit the street when the election ended.
Osita, sorry for interjecting.
You are forgetting
this comment. Osita, sorry for interjecting.
You are forgetting that we hit.
I love this comment.
We hit the street.
I
was on the street for 37 days.
We did not hit the street.
Yeah, but we hit the street. Myself and Dr. Mo and Barry Avutu. Many of us who were on the street of Abuja every single day, rain, sun. And so many Nigerians didn't want to come out to join. At the end of the day, what do you go do? You go kill yourself?
Look at the comment being highlighted now. By the time Tinubu is done, there will be no tribalism or religious bigotry in Nigeria because everybody will see that those things don't matter.
I agree.
There's a news item, please. Do you push you? I don't know whether you've seen it. The German ambassador to Nigeria, Akpabio, go there beg and say, may no deport 12,000 Nigerians in Germany. That it will cost.
That was last weekend.
That's embarrassing, to be honest. I don't even want to discuss it. It's not even worth discussing.
He said, please let them remain in Germany there. Don't deport them, bring them back. It will cost them.
It's so embarrassing, honestly. See, why did you bring it up? You just came here to laugh today. Is it sincere?
See, that is not even what I want to. What I want to point out is this. Do you know? Do you know? Sometimes you see, sometimes the Englishman say, "Be careful what you wish for." You know. They say Agbado sabi discover talent. Say, he sabi the man can build talent. He sabi discover talent anywhere. He like talent around him.
That's why he's the Mongo Park of Lagos now. He discovered Lagos.
So, Bajabi Amila is their talent. These are people around. Better do. Minister of Internal Affairs. These are the talents now. Now we there. So you see,
I listened to Yemi Cardoso. I could tell the man was at his wit's end.
What did he talk?
He was just talking from pillar to post.
That's what they told us.
There was no substance. And I don't blame him. It's almost like there is nowhere to start from.
I bet you before as the time Cardoso start to talk, and when he finished, Naira go down crash by about 30% between that time. See, sometimes, nature, God has a way of doing his own thing. Sometimes that's why they say the foolishness, the wisdom of man is the foolishness of God. When this man was that, they say he sabi discover talent. He sabi discover talent. He can discover talent. Look at he discover talent. Okay, now the talent we they see so. But Bajabi like say talent. These are the people.
See, when you talk about FX, my good friend Ikenga, who is a deputy director in one of the top banks in Nigeria, he gives one analogy. He works in the security exchange, so he understands the thing very well. He says that the problem with what Tinubu and his boys are doing are like engineers that came from Harvard University to Ladekbo, where they see a second-hand engine. And they say, okay, can you test this engine if it is good? They are looking at the textbook and say, no, it's not possible. There is no combustion. There is no carburetor. It's not connected to the tank. So there's no way the engine will start. But those who deal with the engine, who knows that they can crank and start this engine and can hear the sound of the piston, whether it is still good or not, without going to Harvard, but they have the knowledge of how to, if anything is wrong, to still open the engine and fix it. That is the story of Nigeria and Forex, that those managing it are like those Harvard students who just come with textbook. They will look at it, chapter 1, verses 2. Oh, it's not possible. It's not in the manual. It's not going to work. But there are people like those at the Ladikbo saying, Oga, what do you want? Camry 2023. We'll have the engine here. Can we start it for you? And the person with Harvard is looking at it. No, it's not possible now. The engine is not mounted on a car. So how can it start? But here, it's someone who understands the intricacies of it, telling you, yes, I can start it. And I can even tell you if that engine, if I rev it up, I can tell you if that engine has problem or not. Yet, the same person that has that knowledge is being ignored. So how do you want your car to be fixed, which is your economy?
Zinobi, everybody go Harvard like you. The man said he will hit the ground running from day one.
And he's running. He's running. He's in France. Is he not running?
See, do you know where I need that? You see a PC government. Do you see a PC government? Starting from electoral reform, it will make it very difficult. That is one. You see the state policing. I don't know if anyone had the opportunity to listen to this gentleman, the governor of Imo State, Hope, when he was asked about state police. And what did he say? He said, the states cannot afford it. The states doesn't have the money. That should tell you exactly the sort of people who rig themselves into power anyway. He's been a governor of Imo State for the past 4 years. He's in his 5th year. He has not devised a way to start making money within his state. Okay, even if security is so expensive, we know there are people who are ready to take that security job for 30,000 within the communities. Because if you're having people within their communities as police officers, and which is what we are doing with our vigilante, who originate that they don't need to be paying huge amount of money in the urban areas. As per rent, they have their.
Is he not the one that promised 40,000 youths a job in Canada? Is he?
Yes, he's the one. Yes, of course.
Okay.
So because why I'm saying this is this: there is nothing that almost nothing will work in Nigeria if we don't start getting this, security right. You see, power and security, but security, because the food inflation, I think is above 34% already. 34% is a very huge amount for food.
Wait, when you say food inflation, oh sorry, Oster, when you say food inflation is 34%, I don't know the type of mathematics you are doing. Somebody went to buy what is it called? Somebody went to buy pure water. Instead of 20 naira, they say 40. Is that 34% by your calculation?
Sorry for interjecting, CM. Sure, it's not enlightening. It doesn't understand the background of my video. He said I'm trying to have a bubble bath.
No, I'm even being fair. I'm even being fair with the statistics.
It's a design background. Look at Mazio. Mazio on his YouTube. My own is a nice bubble bath background.
So, because I don't think that if things are implemented properly, creatively, I know even if there isn't enough money, of course. Now he's had the country to say this. They say this because he has how many mobile police attached to him and his family members. I'm sure he has up to 20 police people, if not more, attached to him and his family. So 20 people. If you put just 10 policemen in my community, I'm from Nsude in Udi in Enugu State. If you put just 10 policemen in my community,
why can't they turn that your Nsude to tourist site because of the pyramid? Is that not where they had the pyramid in the in the ancient time? Hey, it's in Sudan now. Why can't they turn it to?
He doesn't know that the pyramid is in his community.
Come on, he knows, what are you saying, Dr. Mazizuka? Of course, I know that the pyramid is in my community.
Have you gone there? The pyramid
Listen, let me tell you, my grandfather used to be the king in our community.
Okay.
So I'm very. So
you are.
So I'm just using it to tell you that I know my village properly.
Okay. So the thing is, gentlemen, because when people are doing this analysis, you are doing it as if election is next month. That you have. We finished the election. We are now waiting.
How we can survive from now to the next one?
Now they talk now. Now they talk. Yusuf. Now they talk now. We election don't go, so we are talking of the dividends. What we are promised. That's what we are waiting for now. All those talent we go discover how you go hit ground running from day one. Now we day to day. See, you see, whether people like it or not, I will vote Tinubu. I will vote Tinubu in 2027. That will be my turn to vote Tinubu 2020. I will never share anything.
when Hope Uzodinma said that the state he cannot afford it, that most states in Nigeria cannot afford it, I pinched myself. I literally pinched myself. And these were some of the things they claimed to be campaigning on when they tried the campaign. And that is why today nobody is, they're even in the Senate House, nothing serious. Because a country that with serious-minded and now I just remember the one that nearly drove me crazy, guys. This man from Delta State, Ned Nwoko, I also listened to him. I don't know how another person felt, but he was asking, he was making submissions that we should start carrying guns. Individuals to start carrying guns.
It's not original. Danjuma said it. Danjuma said they collude. Have you forgotten about they collude? They collude. Danjuma said it. So what else?
No, it could come from Danjuma, but for someone someone like Ned Nwoko who used to live in the UK could make such submission. Now I asked, how many people can afford a firearm to purchase a gun?
Then people that who can afford will buy.
Sorry?
So who buys for the poor that steals?
Is that those who can afford it will buy it?
No, that's a different thing altogether. That's a different thing altogether. How many people can actually afford to purchase a gun for themselves?
This guy used to be Wahala.
Yes, you could. Like,
Canada, Wallahi, one Canada Wahala, Wallahi, Canada Wahala. You used to be Wahala.
Because exactly what will happen is this: if for any reason, and I continue to pray that God never allows that to happen, that happens. They won't. Someone like Ned Nwoko, and the reason he was talking about it was because his driver was kidnapped for the past 3 months. He only needs that license for his bodyguards. That is all. Because now the insecurity, maybe he started creeping into his own personal household. Now he's thinking about licensing guns.
Talking of discovering talent, Oster, they've discovered you now as a talent. You will be recruited into government to go ahead.
Please, let's disregard CM. CM is here to laugh.
You see, the thing is that instead of them to be thinking of how to improve our security, them that are in the National Assembly, they are thinking of how they will allow all of us to start carrying guns. Look at what is happening in America. Look at America. Look at Mexico. Look at even Philippines. These are places where guns individuals are permitted to carry private, firearms. Go and look at the thousands of deaths that occur here from gun-related, deaths.
On a serious
We've not settled our insecurity, our kidnapping. We want to import another problem to ourselves. In a place where people are hungry, you want to start, allowing individuals to carry private arms, guns, so that everybody will turn into an armed robber. That's how I see it.
You're seeing it right, Ogabi, coming down. They haven't implemented yet. But I can tell you that it's dead on arrival. Because anything that will help the people will never be done. So, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised that sometimes, that I may sound this way. Those of us here, there is a way. We are now becoming like the tortoise that is thrown into the latrine pit. So we are the smell is we are accustomed to the smell. It's you that have fresh air that can walk you see, the reason the way you are vibrating is the reason why I don't watch football, so that I don't vibrate like you. We're taking it cool. The government is working. I don't know why you're complaining. It's working. You can fly. Listen, you can fly from UK now to Washington. That is 9 hours. And this is low season. You can fly for 350 pounds, or maybe even 300, 299. You just a direct flight, or sometimes a stopover. That is 9 hours. But Abuja, that is 5 hours, 30 minutes. Go and try it. It is now 3 times the amount of money used in doing that. So why would you complain? Because we have the money, we have oil, we have
Yeah, sorry for
we
interjecting
have
you,
an
Mazio.
Escobar president, and we are doing well. So why are we complaining?
Just to buttress your point in terms of the air ticket, how expensive it as local flight is. I mean, because I traveled between UK and Ireland, and sometimes I can get a flight ticket. I mean, the flight is between 45 minutes to 1 hour. I can get a flight ticket for 30 euros or £30, depending on where I'm making my booking from. And I can travel
Listen,
maybe
there was a time I fly Ryanair
Ryanair, yeah, Ryanair.
from Lubeck Airport in Germany, Schleswig-Holstein, to Stansted, free of charge, 0,000. All I need to do is book in advance and be ready to turn up 5:15 in the morning. That's all. So as a student then, what I used to do is to go to the airport at night, sleep there, sleep on the seat. When they wake you up, you enter plane, you go, what it concern you? And
between 2000 and 2004, 2005, Ryanair, sometimes they advertise their ticket for €1, between €1 to €5.
Exactly.
So I traveled then, and I kind of, even now that it's even $14.99
You are
or
talking
whatever,
about, listen,
it's still affordable.
Don't go far. Nigeria, even before Buhari came, before this big head APC, big head for nothing, before they came in to destroy whatever, Euro contractors. I used to fly Euro contractors 12,000 naira, 18,000. What is that? There was a time of 8,500.
Somebody,
right? So
somebody's just sent you a prayer request. One of our great comfort. He just put a prayer request across to you.
Which prayer request?
Let me tell you. You see, let me tell you. Let me say this.
Which network again?
I don't know who needs to hear this. People should stop anything that applying prayer to things that are in Nigeria.
Come on, Oshita, she's just only having a joke.
Osita, let me tell you, the reason why you no longer pray is because the witches and wizards that come at night, the light you have in Canada is pursuing them. If you are here with us and you do not have light, whenever you wake up, you see witches and wizards. Every black cat that walks in it, you need to cast a mind. So don't tell us they still exist.
Listen.
Electricity. Don't you have that a B1 power now?
I've looked for the video. I think either I have deleted it or Rudolph has deleted it. I don't know. I've looked for it.
Go on YouTube and type a B1 power or something. It will come up.
No, I have to upload it on this place to be able to play it. Download it first there.
I don't know if any place in the Bible whether he said, I know that the only thing he said in the Bible that is that righteousness does what?
Exalt the nation.
I'm not sure if there is any way he said anything. He attached that to prayer. He said prayer. Please, when someone finds it, let the person email it to me.
Forget righteousness. Righteousness, this one you're talking about Bible. Not every nation reads Bible.
No, of course, I'll talk from a spiritual standpoint.
So, hold on now. If you go to China, where they do not believe in that righteousness as it is written in the Bible, but where integrity matters, that, Oga, if you steal our money, we buy you. Simple. If you steal our money, we'll hang you upside down. Listen, when Goodluck Jonathan was trying to explain this philosophically, that the reason why corruption is pervasive in the land is because the people does not understand the concept of corruption. When he said that, because he's not an eloquent speaker, when he said that stealing is not corruption, and the APC took that part and ran, and confused Nigerians. Everybody started making jokes. But what he wanted to say was, stealing is not corruption. You cannot go to your kindred meeting and tell them, hey, Mr. Electricity is corrupt. Everybody will be looking at you. I beg, come out now. Ooh, what does that mean? Because there is no local construct as to corruption in our place, in our local, place. But what we have, and that is what we're not using, is thief, ole, onyoshi, olobruku. If you go to a place and say electricity is ole, or man says okay, is ole. You see the ears of my kindred like this. What they will be asking you, waiting in thief. Now you talk about stealing our money. Are we not in this country under APC? Under APC, somebody stole billions of. And last week, court gave him a slap in the face, give a couple of millions, and let go. So why wouldn't people keep stealing? Why? Are we not here when somebody did us 419 with Air Nigeria, and not one person is in for it? No website to book, and they tell us now it's working. He's doing well. I beg. He's doing. I like it. In fact, this thing is good to 2037. If I make it 2041, it's good. So that
all right, we just have Wale in here right now. Before we the purpose of this broadcast is to talk about Nigeria's game tomorrow. So just to CM is the only one that I've enjoyed this broadcast so far. Every one of us has not.
I have. I mean, I'm enjoying it because I'm telling you things are working.
I have never seen CM laughed in any broadcast for the past.
If it is because of a Miloko. That's why my internet is not cutting. So my everything is stable. Okay,
please blame OC for that, because I learned something. No university will teach you that with all your degree. He said you can rig yourself into power, but you can never rig yourself out of poverty. It's not possible. No amount of Mahmoud go rig you out of poverty. No way. No way. So now we are stuck. We are now stuck.
Wale, the floor is yours. Can you weigh in into
My
the
people,
football?
I greet you well. I greet you well.
Into the football match, please, tomorrow. Thank you.
You know what really touched me? We thought we were talking about football, but what really touched me was what Mazi Ezeoke said. And it's something that I've always been. Electricity knows my mind. It's something that I've always been saying. Until we run a system like the system.
Sorry, Mr. I didn't know it was you, sir. I thought it was a different one. It's your voice. My apologies, sir.
It's all good, my brother. It's all good.
It's nice to see you again.
I'm even happy that it seems as if Mazi Ezeoke had lived in Germany before.
That is the only way he's able to survive. In foreign currency in Nigeria.
Eigentlich ein Deutscher, ne? Damit du das weißt.
Hast du schon mal in Deutschland gelebt?
Ich habe in Deutschland studiert. Ich habe Politikwissenschaft an der Uni Bremen studiert und da fast 7 Jahre gelebt. Eigentlich.
Wunderbar. Ich bin auch.
CM, are they trying to sell us? I don't understand.
My 100 level in the university. So by one they say wonderful. That's the only thing.
And Mazi have got Mahmoud style here now. We better revolt for this.
Yeah.
No, you've not been sold. At least they said wonderful. So it means we are still safe.
You know, I'm even happy about what he said he studied here because you know, my own area of concentration, all this football, all this thing, it's like we are scratching on the surface. The real thing that touches our own people. And I'm happy that my dear brother, Mazi Ezeoke, he did a wonderful course here. You see, electricity, you know, I've always been telling you in our private conversations, until our people know what makes us special, what makes us giants of Africa, what makes us all the things that the world says about us. Until we know the secrets behind that great nation called Nigeria, now we go they move all around
Potential great nation. We're not there yet.
You know, my dear brothers, before I drop, I won't speak too much. I live in Germany still, and by the grace of Chineke, I will be back home, because we have to join hands, my people. If we don't join hands to revive our past in the present, we will continue to call God that is not doing anything for us, call Jesus that is not doing anything for us, call Allah, read the Bible.
God is busy. Leave him alone. He's busy.
No, my brother. You see, if I ask all of us now in the panel, including those who are watching us now, who colonized us? Everybody will get the answer wrong. Everybody will get the answer wrong.
Sorry for interjecting, Mr. Wale. Mazi, I will leave the floor for you for a while to moderate. I will be back soon, please. Thank you.
Please be back.
I'm still here. I'm just going to be backstage for a few.
Where I'm driving at is, take for example, one of the things that we found out, because I've been researching Nigerian history in this country for over 2 decades. And I was born here. I have known home. I've lived half of my life in Nigeria. I've lived half of my life in Germany.
You were born in Germany?
Yes, I'm in Germany now, in Schwarzwald.
No, but bist du in Deutschland geboren?
Ich bin in Deutschland geboren, yeah. In Frankfurt am Main.
Echt?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a long story, my people.
Now, some of our parents, we don't say Nigeria no good. Say Nigeria go to the state where they when they make up for go on overseas.
My people, I was born when the Nigerian Biafra war broke out.
Still in Jackman, no be say whether it broke out. Now Jackman, so far you there abroad. You see, it be like say your parents, they are very visionary. They saw they're like the wise men from the east. They knew that a time will come when Wale go need Germany more than Nigeria. They go there, go deliver you. Yes, please. Yes.
CM. Yes. I believe, according even with the few people that know me here, that I'm here for a purpose, and I'm here for my people. Germany is the main problem that we have in Nigeria. They are the same people that are in England.
They are the what?
Victoria, they are the same people in England. They are only speaking another language.
They are the
same, and I can prove it. Queen Elizabeth's family is just about 200 kilometers away from where I'm living. They are all Germans. So we are caught up in something that has been happening since ancient times. You see, I know that football we are supposed to talk about, but our people need to know that our problems is greater than all these things. If I tell you that the history of the Igbo oral history about creation is intact, it is correct, it is older than the story of the concocted Adam and Eve story. And the people that migrated from Nigeria, old ancient Nigeria, let's just use that word Nigeria, they were the same ones that built ancient Egypt. In fact, let me start with this one. Do our people know that the whole Bible is all our history? The whole Bible. How can I prove it? It is in their books. And I'm happy that Mazi Ezeoke speaks very, very good German. And I'll be happy to be connected to you, because I've been subscribed to him for ages. I'll be happy to be connected to him.
My number is out there now.
Allow me to interject you people once again, just to cheer us up again against tomorrow.
Parfait, le contrôle de Zaidou Sanusi, Moses Simon, le Nantais qui gagne ce duel. Simon, l'appel d'Osimhen, c'est un retrait pour Lookman. Ademola Lookman qui marque son 3e but dans cette CAN. Ademola Lookman, le pendant d'Osimhen, celui qui frappe, la fausse piste d'Osimhen, la punition de Lookman, et 1-0 pour le Nigeria. Bon, Murphy, le contrôle de Zaidou Sanusi, Moses Simon, le Nantais qui gagne ce duel. Simon, l'appel d'Osimhen, c'est en retrait pour Lookman. Ademola Lookman qui marque son 3e but dans cette CAN. Ademola Lookman, le pendant d'Osimhen, celui qui frappe, la fausse piste d'Osimhen, la punition de Lookman et 1-0 pour le Nigeria. Bon, Murphy, le contrôle de Zaidou Sanusi, Moses Simon, le Nantais qui gagne ce duel. Simon, l'appel d'Osimhen, c'est en retrait pour Lookman. Ademola Lookman qui marque son 3e but dans cette CAN. Ademola Lookman, le pendant d'Osimhen, celui qui frappe, la fausse piste d'Osimhen, la punition de Lookman et 1-0 pour le Nigeria.
Sorry, Mr. Wale, for that brief.
No, it's fine.
We started this program highlighting that when it comes to football or sports, particularly football, when Nigerians are representing us outside the shore of the country, it unites us. We put aside our differences, our tribe, our religion, our height, everything. We buy drinks for each other. We go into each other's house. And even couples who are either married to different nationality and they're playing against each other.
Never buy drink for me.
You see, you see how you've infected everybody. So we're looking at if this unity is possible in sport or in football or whatever it is. It equally can be possible in other areas, particularly in our geopolitical system. And as such, we find out what was the reason that Mazi and Oshitana highlighted competency. We are looking for transparency. We are able to do the job, and these same principles has to be applied also in politics or governance, and we will get it right, and so on and so forth. And that is what we will be looking at in the next broadcast. So I'm supposed to have a double broadcast today, but these broadcasts are stretched beyond the expectation, which is a good thing. I mean, it's a good program that we have. Predictions have come in. There's also a contest put there by Mazi Ezioke. Anyone who subscribed to either his channel and Dr. Damage's channel and got a right prediction. The person, well, I don't know how that will be applicable to you, Mr. Wale, because you're in Germany. He said he's going to top up the phone by 5,000 naira. If we convert 5,000 naira to euros,
no. He can get someone from Nigeria. Only it mustn't be his phone.
Mazi, okay, be generous. At least you can give 5 euros. If you cannot,
no. In this tribus, this thing that I will change money to euro. He won't kill me. By the way, CBN has banned, so I don't have domiciliary account. There is no way I can,
No, that's not correct. And Cardoso said that's not something like that's not happening. Everyone maintains their domiciliary account.
You have now. You are in.
Look at Nigerians discriminating against us in diaspora.
No, he has Nigerian account now. He has Nigerian telephone number. So just bring it. We'll top it up.
Me, I'm predicting a massacre. We are going to massacre them tomorrow. It's not going to be a slim win. Don't be surprised. Goals will be coming before the end of the first half. We already have 3 goals in basket.
Make sure you have your hypertension drug near you. I beg. Don't want stories that touch.
So, and that is the purpose. I will be doing another broadcast, possibly today. If not, it will be over the weekend. I would like to thank every one of us who have joined.
My brother, before you go, please. Now, I just want to get across to Mazi. Is it okay?
Okay.
I'm serious. Mazi, is it okay?
Don't worry. Let me drop you my number. My number is not hidden. +234 708.
You are too fast, though. You are too fast.
004-2206. I've just typed it in the private chat. It's
okay. +234. I know CMO.
If you go to private chat, comment.
I'll drop it.
I've seen it.
Yeah,
Thank you, my brother.
You will see.
Now, before my people go, I just want, because now I know Bible well, and I told you before I left Nigeria, I was a pastor. When you go to Genesis chapter 2, there are 4 rivers mentioned in Genesis chapter 2. 2 of them are in Nigeria. River Niger and River Benue, both of them are River Euphrates and Tigris, to let you know the extent of which we have been destroyed. And I have every receipt to back it up, my brother. That's all.
Thank you, sir. Mazi, I don't know if you want to continue the broadcast, and I want to sign off.
I actually have enjoyed myself. It was an impromptu stuff. I just had time to join. I would say thank you everyone for being part of it. I will be having a broadcast in the next 1 hour 15 minutes. That's in the next hour 15 minutes though. Basically 7 o'clock UK, 8 o'clock Nigerian time. So for those of you who will be able to join me as usual. Just at joining Ginger Media. We would do what we do best. Again, we'll keep looking at issues and hoping that eventually we'll all get sense, as they say.
Thank you all, and have a lovely evening, and God bless.
Thank you, guys. Thank you
very much, brother.
Thank you.